Well, there's several times where I will wake up suddenly. I will wake up suddenly, immediately go to the room and wake her up. And then she'll say, "Thank you, mommy." And she'll say like how something scary was bothering her. And she kept calling me. She called me through the ether. And then I immediately would go up and wake her up. And so there's a few times she's done that where she would like kind of spiritually wake me up in some way. She said she teaches me every night telepathy in my dreams. And I notice if I am falling asleep and I'm not totally asleep yet, she'll sometimes come to the door and open the door and she'll notice I'm not totally asleep. And she's doing some kind of training every night. It's just the craziest thing because she's only 15 now. I see her as this huge teacher in our house. And we've never told her family about my husband's side of the family. We never told them about our telepathy. And all of this stuff kind of added up. There was so many crazy things. So like her grandmother, my husband's mother, has passed on like 6 years ago. And while we were there, there's a tradition where there's a father and daughter waltz. And her aunt that was putting it on, she said, "Hey, can you tell me the song that Lidu wants for the waltz?" And so Lidu tells me this French song, which I'm like, I don't know why Lidu picked this song or even how she knows the song. I tell her, it's this song, Lidu wants. And her aunt gets back to me. She's like, "You have no idea what that song means to me." And she's like, "I have been crying and crying all day." And so she told me that when her sister was in the hospital, so my mother-in-law was in the hospital, she didn't know, like nobody knew she was going to die. Like she just had a sudden aneurysm and she was in the hospital bed and nobody knew. And she was in Ensenada with her daughter who was having a baby. And so she thought like, I got to be here for my daughter. I'll just see her later, my sister later. And then she ended up passing away and she felt really, really guilty about it. And she said she heard that song and that time and that song stuck with her. And then she said, and this is before she knew about Lilu's telepathy. And she said the fact that I told her that song, she said that she knows that was a sign from her sister. And Lilu knew this, but I didn't even know what was going on. And so Lilu had planned there's just so much stuff. Lilu was planning the whole quinceañera for a reason.